afternoon. Good afternoon, and welcome, everyone. One note before we start, both here at Senior Chapel and Sunday at commencement, as you see, we have a very experienced professional photographer who will be taking pictures, and quite frankly, that is so that you are reassured that you're not the only one responsible for documenting this event, and get home and realize that you had your thumb in front of the lens, as I probably would. But it's also to avoid that mosh pit of parents jostling each other trying to get photos. And so if I ask that you just stay in your seats, and we'll let Larry do his job as he does so well. I'd like to start by inviting Eli Buzzell to the podium, who will give this year's invocation. Eli. And ask you to all rise.
Would we all please bow our heads in prayer or reflection? As a class of 2017, we have been blessed to have faculty and staff here at MCI. As we begin our formal graduation activities, may we continue to support each other as we, our parents, our friends, and our community help prepare us for the next steps in our lives. Amen.
You may be seated. Thank you, Eli. Again, good afternoon and welcome to Maine Central Institute Senior Chapel, celebrating and honoring the achievements of this special class of 2017. I want to take a moment to thank those who have worked so hard over the last weeks and months to prepare for this event and Sunday's graduation. It would be impossible to list them by name because the list is so long. But if they and we all and I have prepared well and done our jobs well, it will seem as though this is all a seamless and effortless event. But the only reason that that's the case is because of the work of so many people to make this possible. During the ceremony, we will present specific recognitions only to a portion of the seniors. Such is the nature of events like this. As teachers or parents, the truth is that we could easily laud each individual for progress in a particular class, contributions to a team, a musical or theater group, club, dormitory, or numerous other areas of school life. We care for these young men and women, and whether they've been at MCI for a year or 4, as adults, we often can see better than they how far they've come, the challenges they've overcome, and how ready they are to move on. But again, public award ceremonies of all sorts single out a relative few individuals. A couple of weeks ago, I gave the seniors what has become a traditional pre-commencement assignment: to seek out people with whom they absolutely must speak before they depart Sunday, and to say thanks. I told them that these days would go more quickly than they could imagine, and they need to make a conscious effort to seek out the adults and classmates and others to whom they wanted to express their gratitude. So, as has become a Senior Chapel tradition, I have an assignment for the adults in the room: teachers, staff, parents, guardians, relatives, neighbors, to do something within the next 2 days before commencement. It's the best kind of assignment, a guaranteed A, just by completing it. Find a quiet moment before noon on Sunday and simply say to that young man or young woman, "I'm proud of you." Or you could say, "If I were giving you an award at Senior Chapel or graduation, it would be for the following." However you do it, and whether it feels awkward or natural, please communicate the pride and love you are feeling. It will likely be the most memorable moment that that girl or boy, now an uncertain young adult, will enjoy during this oftentimes dizzying graduation. And I speak from experience. If you put it off, say to yourself you'll express your pride later on Sunday or sometime next week or during the summer, the moment will be lost not long after the graduation ceremony ends. And so, in a short time, we recognize special achievements here at MCI's Senior Chapel. And as you'll hear me say often, and the students do, These recognitions and these achievements represent the work not only of the students receiving the awards, but of their parents and the members of the school community who stood beside and behind them throughout. The recognitions represent the values, academic, ethical, moral, physical, and spiritual, that are at the very core of this great old school. They were present when Maine Central Institute was founded in 1866, and they remain so today. Now, let me ask everyone to rise, and for Gabrielle Benedetto and Braden Rollins to come up and lead us all in a rousing rendition of the school hymn. Thank you both very much. You may be seated. And as you take a moment to make sure that devices are silenced, I'm pleased now to invite to the podium this year's salutatorium, Hunter Wintle, to present his address. Hunter.
In high school, students are presented with many different opportunities where they learn many different lessons. My time at MCI has been focused on schoolwork and soccer. I have spent the past 4 years learning hard work, integrity, perseverance, and the importance of role models. I learned these lessons on the soccer field and in the classroom. These lessons were extremely important in making me the person that I am today. While I did not like learning most of these lessons at the time, I am glad that I learned them. My freshman year relied on role models. I had people that I needed to follow in order to be successful. The soccer team was full of people who were better soccer players than I was. I spent the season watching and learning from them. These role models became important to me outside of soccer. I heard about the juniors working on their Manson essays. At the time, I thought it would be impossible to write such a long paper, especially because I was struggling to write 1- or 2-page papers. Seeing my role models successfully write their Manson essays gave me some confidence. I continued to follow these role models throughout their time at MCI. Most of us felt much more prepared going into our sophomore year, and I had felt that the previous year of high school, classes, and soccer had prepared me for the year ahead. My skills had improved, but I was not in good enough shape for soccer. I had spent lots of time during that season running until I was completely worn out, and then running some more. I had also felt much more prepared for school my sophomore year. Unfortunately, my decision to focus on science was not combined with a decision to set aside the time necessary for these classes. My grades were great, and the work I was producing was also great, but the problem was I was not sleeping very much, and I was very tired all the time. I learned that it wasn't very fun to be tired, and that I didn't want to be tired in the future. I was extremely excited to begin my junior year. In school and in soccer, I felt like I was becoming like the role models who were so important to me. I had once again spent all of my time off playing soccer and getting ready for the soccer season. All of my free time was spent running and kicking to get myself in the best shape possible. Unfortunately, all this extra soccer and running had taken a toll on me. I ended up hurting my foot and later found out that I had broken a bone. After spending so much time preparing, I was crushed to not be able to play. Having to sit and watch on the sideline was really difficult, but this time I took to learn more about the game. While I had had a difficult soccer season, I was starting to see my hard work pay off in school. After being worried during my freshman year about my writing skills, I was able to write my Manson essay and ended up being a Manson Essay Night finalist. This was possible because the 2 previous years had been full of writing and practicing those writing skills. My junior year was a year full of learning. I knew that my senior year was going to be fun and difficult, but I did not know then what I would face. Each of my classmates had faced at least one major challenge over the past 4 years, and my challenge emerged in my senior year. I tried to practice soccer as much as possible, but my foot was constantly hurting. I was told that it was going to require surgery to fix, but I would not be able to play in the fall if I had the surgery over the summer. I decided to play my final season despite the near constant pain. The season ended up being one of the most successful in the past few years. Because I had not yet had such an important role in the team, I did not know what type of player I would be. I quickly learned that I was a supporting player. While I did not score lots of goals, I was a person who helped move the ball around or helped to direct people, which made the goals possible. I would have to end every game with ice for my foot, but that didn't matter to me. I was more focused on how happy I was with the success of our season. I was also feeling this way about my schoolwork. I was spending lots of time doing schoolwork and completing college applications. On top of all this, I was recovering from foot surgery. It was lots of work, but I survived, and I'm very happy with the outcome. The challenges faced with my foot and my schoolwork taught me perseverance. Every one of my classmates here today has had a different path over the past 4 years. These paths have offered different opportunities to everyone. My 4 years at MCI were full of hard work, fun, and lessons. I grew from a child to an adult ready to take on the world in just 4 short years. I spent lots of time doing a little bit of everything, except for sleeping. With everything I did, I learned little lessons. I learned the importance of role models. I learned to be tired. I learned hard work. I learned integrity. And I learned perseverance. As I get ready to move into the real world, I realize how great of an experience I have had over the past 4 years and how lucky I am to have learned these lessons. Of course, none of this would have been possible without some help. On behalf of my classmates, I would like to thank all the role models, coaches, teachers, family, and everyone else who has helped us on our journeys. Thank you to all those people, and congratulations to class of 2017. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hunter, and well done. You're well prepared for adulthood if you're already sleep deprived. Next, I'll ask Carter Pearl and Devin Varney to come up to the podium for the ceremonial transferal of the presidential gavel. As they make their way up here, I'd like to thank Carter and all of the senior leaders for their exceptional loyalty to MCI and their exemplary leadership this past year and throughout their time at MCI. Carter and Devin.
Thank you, Mr. Hopkins, and good afternoon, everyone. I would first like to thank all of my classmates for selecting me to serve as your president. It has been an honor to represent this great class. Our time at MCI has been filled with many great accomplishments, and our success is a direct reflection on every member of this class. Regardless of each person's passion, I feel strongly that we have impacted both MCI and our community as a whole in many positive ways. I sincerely hope that all of our hard work has demonstrated leadership and can inspire all of the future graduates to strive for success in all of their endeavors. We are excited for the future of MCI and look forward to all of the great things to come. I would like to wish Devin Varney the best as he becomes the president of the class of 2018. Thank you all once again, and here's Devin.
Thank you, Carter. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being with us today. On behalf of the junior class, I would like to say thank you to the seniors for everything that they've contributed in their years at MCI. Whether it was on the sports field, in the classroom, or participating in extracurricular activities, the senior class has exemplified the ideals of what leadership truly is. Although we really cannot wait to park in the senior parking lot next year, your lack of presence will be felt on campus by not just our class, but by the entirety of MCI's student body. Thank you for all of your contributions, and good luck in all of your future endeavors. Thank you.
It's now time to recognize some adults who have played a role, significant role in the success of this senior class and in so many other areas of school life in this very special community. In the presentation of the faculty fellowships and the VIP award. May I ask Ms. Chandria Caldwell, Mr. Jared Foster, Mr. Nathaniel Haney, Mr. Dean Neal, and Ms. Deborah Susi to the stage in front of me. Dean, that's a stage. Yeah. Deborah, this is stage. That's the floor. Now, if you could all move east. Good. As is true whenever actually, that's not the case. You should be applauding after each of these, but I'll have some other instructions later. But if I could ask, when I call your name, if you take a step forward, not two, though, that would be great. Chandria Caldwell, the VIP award. Libraries, whether on a school or college campus or in a town or city, can convey very distinct and different tones and characteristics, and you can feel them as soon as you walk into that space. From the stereotypical hushed, solemn space to those which seem to have little in the way of an established culture. Well, at MCI, we are fortunate that the characteristics of the library are influenced by the person, or maybe I should say personality, who inhabits it, Ms. Chandria Caldwell. Ms. Caldwell's genuineness and consistently encouraging smile and sense of humor have made the library more and more over the years a place students want to be. Yes, you heard me right. High school students in MCI want to be in the library, not only because they love Ms. Caldwell, often seek her advice and guidance on matters unrelated to academics, but because the actual schoolwork being done in that space is made more uplifting because of the environment she has created and the guidance she provides. With a ready laugh and eagerness to help and to support students, whether on a research paper or a life challenge, Ms. Caldwell represents the type of individual which helps make a school not just good, but great. After all, it's all about the kids, and all about the character and quality of those adults around them in the classroom, the stage, the playing field, the dorm, or, in this case, the library. With gratitude for the uplifting power of her presence, Maine Central Institute honors Ms. Chandria Caldwell with a VIP award. Ms. Deborah Susi, the Herbert Newhouse Fellowship. A member of the Dream Team of Visual and Performing Arts faculty, and I'll mention that again later. For many years, I've heard Ms. Susi modestly and earnestly say, I can work with whatever space and resources that are available. She's not bragging, but she should be, because she has repeatedly proven the truth behind this selfless, flexible statement. Housed in a classroom, yes, a classroom, the drama program has rehearsed, built sets, made costumes, performed once or twice in Park's gym, and then gone out and wowed judges and blown away the competition at drama festivals. More important than the plaques and banners and trophies her thespians have brought home is the effect she has had on the actors, makeup artists, lighting and sound crews, set builders, and costume designers, whom she does not just teach, but mentors and challenges and influences. She demands excellence, not with the goal of competing successfully in competition, but to prepare her students to grow, to be proud of their accomplishments, and to gain confidence that they can carry with them as they leave her presence. Ms. Susi, thank you for being so much more than a teacher and director for the countless years you've served MCI students and students in the community. And I am pleased that beginning next fall, you'll be working your magic in a well-deserved space more befitting the gifts you bring to the school and its students. Congratulations on receiving the Newhouse Fellowship. Mr. Nathaniel Haney, the Adrian Halley Fellowship. Mr. Haney is, much of the time, a pretty laid-back individual, but get him talking about math and his students, and he lights up with enthusiasm. He, too, like any great teacher, first seeks to understand what motivates his charges. Are they individuals for whom math is not only difficult, but seemingly impossible? A sentiment that I remember well. He picks up on this more quickly than most and seeks to find ways to steady the nerves and be a reassuring guide to students towards their success. And I always admire school people who somehow find time amidst the demands of teaching to engage in an avocation which inevitably, in some way or another, affects their teaching in a positive way. Many may not know that Mr. Haney is a builder of post and beam houses and barns. So, when the time-honored question is asked by an adolescent math student, when am I going to need this in real life? He has a ready example to provide. Thank you for joining the MCI community several years ago, Mr. Haney, and I hope you are here to stay. It is apparent that others feel the same way as you are now honored with the Adrian Halley Fellowship. Congratulations. Mr. Jared Foster, the Roger Percival Fellowship. Mr. Foster arrives to campus bright and early, ready to take students out of their comfort zone with humor and with deep care for his charges. Not an athlete, have always hated sports, much less physical education. Not to worry. Mr. Foster has an innate ability to develop a quick understanding of a student's sensitivities and to thus adapt his approach to him or her in a personalized way. This could be while learning and playing pickleball or floor hockey, going for a walk, learning how to tie flies and cast a fly rod, something I know many of you adults have tried, this one included, and been quickly frustrated. That ability to approach each girl or boy as an individual results in his becoming trusted by a role model for a wide variety of students. He doesn't discriminate. He cares for them all, and they know it. He has also introduced countless day and boarding students over the years to the Maine woods, to hunting and fishing, and he has done this during his spare time because he is a gifted outdoorsman and loves sharing his skills, knowledge, and passion in this area. For this reason, MCI has selected him to be this year's recipient of the Roger Percival Fellowship. Congratulations, Mr. Foster. Mr. Dean Neal, the Douglas C. Cummings Fellowship. It is likely that a majority of those gathered this afternoon have seen Mr. Neal in action at least one performance. He demonstrates an uncanny ability to balance informality and humor with structure and organization. He enhances the enjoyment of the students' vocal and instrumental performances through his own. And then the music begins, and we all listen with slack-jawed amazement and ask ourselves, how did he get this large, diverse group of personalities and abilities, never mind all of the different instruments they are holding, to produce this cohesive, expressive, glorious sound? And how does he do it in an old cinder block former machine shop? Well, it's not unusual to see Mr. Neal's vehicle at that music building well before the school day officially begins and long into the afternoon and evening hours. He devotes his own time to his vocal and instrumental groups so that they may achieve at the highest level. More remarkable, perhaps, as you parents might agree, is the fact that the students themselves are present with him during these time periods early in the day, in the wee hours of the morning. Why? Well, because they want to be with him, as they are drawn not only by his extraordinary musical ability and the gift he has of furthering their own proficiency, they also cherish the time with him because he is a caring mentor who makes each student feel loved and valued. He has consistent and boundless energy and a wonderful sense of humor. Whether in the class or performing, the observer can easily see this in the musician's eyes as he stands in front of them. Our visual and performing arts department consists of a dream team of teachers, and Mr. Neal inspires them and the students to dream big. I'm pleased that he, too, finally will be moving to a space that will provide even more opportunities for excellence and collaboration within the visual and performing arts department. Thank you for so many years you've bestowed your gifts on the school community, Mr. Neal, and congratulations on receiving the Cummings Fellowship. Congratulations to you once again. You may be seated. And now, with particular thanks to Emily Richmond, who I think Mr. Bertrand would say broke all records in regards to the thoroughness and the excellence of what you're about to see, the traditional Senior Chapel slideshow. Please enjoy.
You'll think you're 10 feet tall, run like you're bulletproof, and total a car or two. Boy, you're gonna hate this town. Wish you could burn it down. That fire in your eyes is 20 counties wide. But boy, you're gonna love 17. And boy, you'll do some stupid things. You're gonna drive and kiss and throw a punch and grow up way too fast. You're gonna drop the ball, hit the wall, and break some hearts like glass. I know you will, 'cause you're a part of me, and a part of you will always be a boy. You gonna be so stubborn, you get that from your mother. I already see it now, you weren't built for backing down. Boy, there'll be a small town night, you'll fall for her sky blue eyes. When she's in your hands, you'll think you're a man and not a boy. She'll make you lose your mind, boy. She'll be every reason why. You're gonna drive and kiss and throw a punch and grow up way too fast. You're gonna drop the ball, hit the wall, and break some hearts like glass. I know you will, 'cause you're a part of me, and a part of you will always be my boy. Boy, you're gonna come back home, you're gonna settle down, but you won't feel the way I'm feeling now. Until you have a boy, he's gonna know it all. He'll think he's 10 feet tall, run like he's bulletproof, and total a car.
Emily, well done. Thank you once again. Terrific job. And now, with Mr. Bertrand and Ms. Cook's help, it is time for the presentation of certificates and scholarship awards. This is when I'd like to ask you to wait until everyone has received his or her certificate or scholarship, and then applaud the entire group. We will start with students who attended the Somerset Career and Technical Center and received scholarships and awards on May 25th. If I could ask these students to stand: Jack Reed, Kyle Patton, Alexis Baker, Jody Bickford, Ophelia Brooks, Michaela Brochu, Faith Delano, Bridget DeViller, Jacqueline La Rochelle, Kyle Patton, Randall Susi, and Charlie Swift. Jack Reed received the Food Place, the Customer Appreciation Scholarship. Kyle Patton, the Express Electrical Constructors Scholarship. And then recognize the following students as program leaders: Alexis Baker, Jody Bickford, Ophelia Brooks, Michaela Brochu, Faith Delano, Bridget DeViller, Jacqueline La Rochelle, Kyle Patton, Jack Reed, Randall Susi, Charlie Swift. Congratulations, and thank you for representing MCI so well. Thank you. You may be seated. Congratulations once again. The following two groups of students are receiving awards from the Visual and Performing Arts Department, not just in recognition of their talent, but also because of the way they've supported and inspired younger students. May I ask the following students to come forward to the stage: Gabrielle Benedetto, Aiden Peacock, Carter Richmond, Braden Rollins, and Hunter Wintle. You lined up better than the faculty did. Receiving awards in choral music: Gabrielle Benedetto and Braden Rollins. Instrumental music: Aiden Peacock and Hunter Wintle. Vocal jazz: Braden Rollins. Instrumental jazz: Carter Richmond. Congratulations to all of you. And if Carter and Hunter would remain, the rest may take their seats. And joining Carter and Hunter, Robert Anderson, Jenny Bai, Maria Carballo, and Max Chang. Receiving special recognition in piano, Jung Hyun Bai and Kunyi Chang. In theater arts, Carter Richmond and Hunter Wintle. In visual arts, Robert Anderson. And ballet, Maria Carballo. Congratulations. And now you may be seated. And while they're making their way to their seats, will the following students come forward: Abigail Bernier, Elijah Buzzle, Emily Singh, and Hunter Wintle. Receiving the Somerset Academy Trustees Scholarship, Elijah Buzzle. The Gladys Gleason Scholarship, Emily Singh. The Detroit Good Cheer Club, Hunter Wintle. And the MCI Citizenship Award, Abigail Bernier. Congratulations to the four of you. And you may all be seated except for Eli, who has to stay, gets to stay. And joining Eli, Rianne Bain, Carter Pearl, and Vera Tian. Vera? Receiving the MCI Residential Leadership Award, Shizi Tian. The Student Council Contribution Award, Carter Pearl. The Student Council School Contribution Award, also Carter Pearl. The Christopher Dione Memorial Scholarship, Elijah Buzzle. And the Pittsfield Grange Scholarship, Rihanna Bain. Congratulations. Carter, you get to stay put, and the others may have a seat. Joining Carter, Chelsea Lydham, Aidan Peacock, and Carter Richmond. The MCI Key Club Award goes to Carter Pearl. The Robbie Tibbetts Memorial Scholarship to Chelsea Lydham. The Tammy Bodwell Memorial Scholarship to Aidan Peacock. The Cook Music Fund Scholarship, Carter Richmond. And the Pittsfield Always Ready to Serve Club Scholarship to Carter Richmond. Congratulations. And you may all take your seats. And while they're doing so, Jesse Langford, Clark Morrison, Jack Reed, and Braden Rollins. The Norval B. Lewis English Award goes to Clark Morrison. The Peter Bradshaw Memorial Award to Jesse Langford. The Elizabeth Crocker Memorial Scholarship, Jack Reed. And the SAD 53 Education Association Scholarship to Braden Rollins. And you may all return to your seats as the following come up: Michaela Rochu, Joshua Bucher, Maria Caralho, Jacqueline La Rochelle, Kyle Patton. The Andrew B. Klein and James M. Lovely Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Michaela Brochu. The MCI SAD 53 Music Booster Scholarship to Maria Carvalho. The Hancock Lumber Scholarship, Jacqueline La Rochelle. The Richard McCorkle Scholarship to Kyle Patton. Congratulations to all of you. No, you're right, Josh. You stay. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, you want to just stay the rest of the ceremony up here? Okay. All right. Joining the permanent resident of the stage, Michaela Brochu. Maria Caralho, Jacqueline La Rochelle, and Kyle Patton. Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn the page. You still have to stay. And I think so. Yes, I'm sorry. But thanks for coming back. My apologies. Joining Josh, Aaron Noonan, Dakota Patterson, Brandon Stevens, and Hunter Wintle. Okay. You asked for this, Josh. The George Dameron Memorial Scholarship, Brandon Stevens. The Michael S. Susi Football Booster Scholarship, Aaron Noonan. The MCI Soccer Booster Scholarship, Dakota Patterson. And the Gary B. Kitchen Class of 67 Memorial Scholarship to Hunter Wintle. You may all take your seat except for Josh. Joining Josh, Keely Manzo, Kyle Patton, and Emily Richmond. All set? You all set? Yeah. Alumni Association, Josh Buchanan, and Emily Richmond. You don't have to just tell them. Receiving the Sebasticook Valley Hospital Auxiliary Award is Keely Manzo. The MCI Alumni Association scholarships to Josh Bucher and Emily Richmond, and the Elks Lodge number 2713 to Kyle Patton. Keely and Kyle, you may return to your seats. Joining them, Faith Delano, Lindsay Eldridge, and Marshall Lawler. The Sebasticook Valley Regional Federal Credit Union scholarships go to Lindsay Eldridge and Marshall Lawler. The Maurice Hatch Memorial Scholarship to Joshua Bucher, and the Whitney Bryn Hammond Scholarship to Faith Delano and Emily Richmond. You may all be seated. Will the following please come up? Hayden Borum, Summer Moody, Clark Morrison, Carter Pearl, and Braden Rollins. The Howard Niblock Scholarship is presented to Summer Moody. The Skowhegan Savings Bank Business Scholarship, Carter Pearl. The Cummings Leadership Award, Braden Rollins. The Rodney Johannet Scholarship to Hayden Borum. And the Sibley Pond Scholarship is awarded to Clark Morrison. And Braden, you may remain, and the rest may take his or her seat. Joining Braden, Joshua Bucher, Eric Dugas, Sebastian Pale Mining House, and Ryan Sixton. The Blaine Littlefield Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Joshua Bucher, Eric Dugas, and Braden Rollins. The Libby Family Scholarship, Ryan Sixton. And the Tyler Grand Mason Melmac Education Foundation Scholarship to Sebastian Peel Mining House. Congratulations. And Braden, you get to stay again, and the rest may take your seats. And would Ophelia Brooks, Carter Pearl, and Emily Richmond come up? The Rennie Charitable Foundation scholarships are awarded to Ophelia Brooks, Carter Pearl, and Emily Richmond. The Senator George J. Mitchell Institute Scholarship to Braden Rollins. And you may take your seats. Once again, congratulations to those recipients, the entire class of 2017. As we prepare to recess, let's everybody do whatever he or she can to bring some good weather on Sunday, as seems to be the case every year. The decision which needs to be made by me by 7 a.m. Is not as clear as I always wish it would be. I would like it to either prediction to be golf ball, grapefruit-sized hail, or beautiful weather, and it's always somewhere in between. So as we conclude, let me once again ask Eli Buzzell to come forward to provide the benediction. When he concludes, the class marshals will step forward and lead the recessional, if everyone could remain standing, and then you can go and greet the soon-to-be graduates once they're recessed. Thank you all for being here, and see you on Sunday.
May we all be grateful for our time spent together today. May our friends and families enjoy the coming weekend filled with celebration, memories, and affection, and hopes for our futures. Thank you.